Crypto.com, Crowcoin holders, we got to be talking about this market. Is altcoin season finally here? Should we be expecting Crowcoin to make higher moves to the upside to that $1, $2 price target? Let's talk about it. So without further ado, welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Anything I say is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's hop into it. I want to start off here by saying, look at this. I reposted a short that CryptoKit made about Crypto.com being the #1 in the App Store in France, okay? We are seeing Crypto.com make the right steps to becoming the #1 crypto exchange in the West, okay? We know that Binance, BNB, has been really overtaking the entire market, especially in the Asian atmosphere, as well as it's trying to make itself to move to the West side, but you all know that the U.S. and China can be quite sticky, right? Love-hate relationship they have. Their trade wars. They like to use their products. We need each other, but we don't. Very interesting things. But all in all, Crypto.com, in my opinion, has the right, I guess you could say, the right game plan. And on top of that, the right runway to actually become the #1 crypto exchange in the West. And I think that you see signals here. And I will say also, note that Crypto.com being #1 in the App Store for finance in France, get ready, because when that happens in the U.S., you should be expecting Crowcoin making much, much larger moves to the upside. Now, because altcoin season will be here, and also will probably be a very quick, volatile time frame, and will probably be an altcoin season. We'll talk about that here shortly. But looking at Crow right now, we rejected off of 212. A little bit bearish in the short term, in my opinion, but all in all here, anything between 212 and 15 cents, in my opinion, is an opportunity zone, not financial advice. I'm just telling you guys how I'm viewing this market. I think that what I'm personally going to be doing is be looking for a long inside of this region here in between 212 and 15 cents. But that being said, I really want to make sure that we see. The question is, will we see that when we retest 18 cents? Will we see a bounce like that? If we see that, that will look massively bullish. If we see a retest of 18 cents and see a resumption off here, and we start to close above 212 again, I'm going to go big long on Crowcoin, because I do think that will be a nice W pattern forming, and we'll probably be setting up to see continuation of the upside to probably new all-time highs for Crowcoin. Now, if you guys do want to trade, feel free to check out in the pinned comment section or description box below. We have a 10% bonus on all deposits to BTCC, as well as up to 500x leverage if you want to get degen with it. And there's also some other fantastic sign bonuses to all the other exchanges in the pinned comment section or description box below. They're all affiliate links, so they really help support this channel, and there are a lot of lucrative bonuses for you guys, so check them out. Now, we're talking about short term, right? That we could be breaking down, but we got to be talking about altcoin season. So I reposted Colin Talks Crypto. He said 2026 alts top. And I said alts topping after Q1 2026 will prove the 4-year cycle is dead. Time will tell. In my opinion right now, I think the 4-year cycle is still intact, especially like if we are rallying into Q4 here, like October is, as long as we don't close below like 118,000 on the daily, weekly time frame, and October closes around 120,000 on the monthly time frame, I think that we're going to be setting up for a parabolic move for November and maybe December, and that would really be like the green light that yes, we are still in the 4-year cycle. So it's really going to be interesting to see where we're at in Q1 of 2026, because I do think that alts could be making moves, but I also think if they are making moves to the upside, I'd be very, very cautious about holding too long and not trying to. It could be very volatile. It could be very, very tough. So I'm going to be very cautious. I'll probably be in like moonbag positions by Q1 2026, and I might miss out on some upside, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I've been trading crypto for nearly a decade, guys. I think it has been about 10 years at this point. I've been investing in companies, businesses, stocks for more than that, about 15 years at this point as well. And I've learned my lessons, and I try to learn from each cycle. I like to swing trade, and one of those big lessons is you always got to take profit And you always should have maybe a little bit still left in case it really does run up higher. And that's what I'm doing. Now, let's talk about altcoin season here because Bitcoin right now is 121,000, nearly 122K. Bitcoin dominance is at 58.32%. It's rallying, okay? Look at this. It is bouncing here. But look at that tap of 57.29, right perfectly on that. It's insane. And then, bam, we're bouncing off of it. I expect this to probably grind up a little bit more. But when you look at Market Cipher here, it does look like it wants to spill over. The RSIs are coming down. But you also have conflicting, the money flow is red and it's trying to flip green. And you want this to look bearish, right, to see true altcoin season. So I do expect this probably to rally a bit more and then see a big flush out to the downside. And what you really want to be paying attention to here, guys, is seeing Bitcoin dominance flush below 54.58% here on BTC.D. If you see that break below this blue line here, I would say, yeah, guys, we are in altcoin season. We're probably going to go down to 48.71, and maybe if we're lucky, we can test some of these lower levels and maybe make our way all the way down to the 30s. If we do see that play out, I expect massive, massive gains for Crowcoin and alts. Do I think that's going to happen? I think we need some serious froth for that to happen. I think we need some serious, serious froth, and hopefully it's not just people extracting off of chains from people creating coins and just rug pulling people and extracting liquidity. Hopefully it's actually from true rotation from Bitcoin to alts. And I think that you will see some of that, but the question is, will we see it bring us to those levels of like the high 30s? The lower Bitcoin dominance goes, the higher Crowcoin goes. I'll say that, but time will tell. You look at Bitcoin right now, it looks like it wants to break down a little bit, but 118K around this price level here is kind of like my area I do not want to be breaking below. I would like to see something like that. If we break below it, it could get a little bit sketchy for a little while, but all in all, guys, I mean, it's like either you believe in the 4-year cycle or you don't at this point, and nobody knows until the fat lady sings. If we're seeing alts making new all-time highs in Q2 or if we're seeing Bitcoin make new all-time highs in like Q2 2026, then yeah, this 4-year cycle doesn't exist anymore. But seeing Bitcoin make new all-time highs in Q4 2025, and then we start to see a parabolic run-up, well, that is right on time with the 4-year cycle. And then you see that we're seeing the last leg play out, and then you'll see alts run. Like, that is very 4-year cycle, guys. So it's a very tricky time right now, but I would say start looking for your, I mean, I've been saying before we moved into Q4, start looking for your entries on alts. I think that's still an appropriate thing to be saying right now. I would say be very cautious, though, because the altcoin season can happen a snap of a finger. It could be a flash in the pan, and you want to make sure you get in and be able to get out accordingly. And but also be thinking that maybe the 4-year cycle is dead. So it's going to be a tricky time here, but in my opinion, this is what we've been waiting for if you've been holding since the bear market of 2023. And that's what I've been doing, and I've been taking profit along the way. I still have my moonbag positions, but I probably will be in mainly just moonbag positions by the end of Q4 2025, moving into 2026. But let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think? Do you think Crowcoin can go to $2? Do you think alts are getting ready to see big moves? Or do you think the top is in? I think some people are saying that. Absolutely insane. It's possible, but I think a very, very low probability of that. But that's all I got. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel out. Check out all those awesome affiliate links down below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.